Good morning. We had again difficulty in the real shir, in the live. Baruch Hashem, we took care of that. From now on, we're going to have Wi-Fi finally. So we're just going to do a quick shir now, so we have a complete Masechta Be'ezer Hashem. We don't have any holes. Says the Gemara Daf Kuf Yud Aleph Amud Aleph, all the way on the top. So we said yesterday that there's a shaila in Rav, whether or not once you cook the udder and milk, can you eat it l'chatchila or you can't eat it? Says the Gemara, Kehad Salik Ashkechei LeReb Zreiko. Oh, sorry, wrong daf. It's one of those days. Daf Kuf Yud, not Kuf Yud Aleph. Kisalik Rebbe Elazar, 2 lines down. Kisalik Rebbe Elazar. Ashkechei LeZeirei. Rebbe Elazar met Zeiri, and he said, he heard, says Rashi, a rumor that Rav said, like the second lashon, that you're not allowed to eat the udder. So when he came to Eretz Yisrael, he asked around, who taught Rav this halacha? They showed him Rav Yitzchok bar Avdumi. They said he probably taught it to Rav. Says Rav Yitzchok bar Avdimi, I never told Rav anything about chal. Meaning, I didn't tell him about a regular kachal that has a typical amount of milk, and I didn't even tell him about a kachal of a nursing cow. As we're going to see, a nursing cow is much worse. I didn't tell him anything. V'Rav biko motzav v'goder b'goder. Rav found a valley, a vast amount of land, and he put a fence all around it. The Rav ikla l'tatlufush. Rav went to the place called Tatlufush. Shomalai itziso de ka'omr lechaverto rivo de bisro kamo chalova boile vashulei. He went to this place and he overheard a woman asking her friend for the recipe how to cook meat. How much milk do you need to put into the meat? Omar legemiri de basa b'cholav asur. These people have no clue that you're not allowed to cook meat with milk. Iakev v'ka'asalu kachlei. So he stayed around, he stuck around until he was able to make a gzeira that even udders which are mutter to eat, they're asur to eat in this place, and they're asur to eat in general, because people are relaxed when it comes to basar b'chalav. In other words, Rav really holds that a udder is mutter to eat just because of the gzeira. He said that it's asur. Rav Kahana Masnahachi. And this is how Rav Kahana said the story over, exactly how we just said it. Rabbi Yosi bar Abba Masni. However, Rabbi Yosi bar Abba says it differently. That Rav Yitzchok bar Avdimi told him halacha of a kachal of the udder of a nursing cow. A nursing cow is a lot worse because it's full of milk. And that's what Rav learned, that it's asur. However, when Rav went to learn by Rebbe Chia, he was taught a general rule that udders are asur. Explains Rashi, since Rebbe Chia was extremely sharp, it happens sometimes when a Rebbe is very smart, he thinks his Talmidim are just as smart, and he doesn't explain it completely. And what happened was Rebbe Chia didn't explain to Rav that what he was talking about when he says you're not allowed to eat an udder, he was only talking and referring to an udder of a nursing cow, but not to all udders. And Rav thought that he meant all udders are asur. So not like the first pshat that Rav knew that an udder is mutter and he made a gzeira. Over here, Rav thought that all udders are asur. Says the Gemara's story, Ravin v'Rav Yitzchok bar Yosef iklu lebei Rav Papi. Ravin and Rav Yitzchok bar Yosef, they went to Rav Papi's house, and they served them udder. Rav Yitzchok bar Yosef ochal, Ravin lo yochal. Rav Yitzchok ate, Ravin refused to eat. Omar Abayo, Ravin tachlo. He called him Ravin the bereaved, meaning Ravin lost his children while he was still alive. So they used to call him Ravin tachlo. Maybe as a way to get musar from it. Amay lo yochal. Why didn't he eat? Michti devisu de Rav Papi Who is the wife of Rav Papi who prepared this meal? Barti de Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha. She's the daughter of Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha. Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha Moridoiv Dahave. Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha was known to be the master of his deeds. In other words, he was extremely careful in what he did. It's impossible that the daughter of such a tzaddik, such a person that's medayik in mitzvahs, would not hear from her father that an udder is mutter, and that's why she served it. So how can you, Ravin, not eat it? Says the Gemara, so first of all, in the shir, show this picture. This is a picture of Rabbi Amitai ben David. He is the author of Sichas Chullin, who did a wonderful presentation for us 2 weeks ago. And he showed us the khal is the udder. He smelled it. He actually said it didn't even have milk in it. It never had milk. It was a sheep that didn't have a baby, so therefore never had milk. Akoponim Surah. Surah is in Iraq, right over here, next to Najif. And Pumbedisa is right above it. Pumbedisa is what we call today Fallujah. So in Surah they said that udders are asur to eat, and in Fallujah, in Pumbedisa, they said it's mutter to eat. Says the Gemara, an amazing story. Rami bar Tamre, Dahu Rami bar Dikulem in Pumbedisa. Rami, otherwise known as the son of Tamre, the son of dates, which is the same thing as the son of a palm tree. Basically, he was from Pumbedisa. So for him, you're allowed to eat udder. He happened to be in Surah Erev Yom Kippur. Erev Yom Kippur is known, it's a mitzvah to eat, so there's a lot of meat going around. Everybody removed the udders, threw it out into the garbage. So he ran around, and he gathered some udders, and he made a geshmak meal out of it. Says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, why couldn't he just go over to somebody, hey, I'm Rami Bar Dikulei, could you please invite me for a suuda? So he says, you see from here, it's better to go rummage through the garbage and find a shvacha piece of meat called udder and eat that instead of asking somebody for a favor. However, the people in Asura were really upset. What kind of chutzpah is this? We have a halacha here. We have a halacha that it's asur to eat udder, and you're going and you're eating udder. The Rav Chisda, they brought him to Rav Chisda for some judgment. Amalei, Amai Tevedachis. So Rav Chisda asked Rami Badikuli, why do you do this? Amalei, ma ask for the Rav Yehuda. I'm from the place of Rav Yehuda who eats udder. But everybody admits that you have to keep all the chumras of the place that you come into, in addition to all the chumras from the place that you left. So you just came, you're a guest here, you have to keep all the chumras of this place. I'm going back to Pumbedisa, so I'm allowed to eat it outside of the tchum. I went 2,000 amas out, and I ate it over there. Says Rav Chisda, if you went all the way over there, it's desolate over there. There's no wood. How did you possibly cook it? Ubama tivisinu, omale bepurzone. You're right. There's no wood there, but I used grape seeds. How do you know that we weren't talking about grape seeds from wine that's yain nesach? And memela, it's also for you to use that. It's also about no amarle la'achash nemas chodesh. I know for a fact they were 12 months old, and as the Gemara in Avodah Zarah discusses, after 12 months there's no issue. V'dilma the Gazel Hava. How do you know that it was hefker? Maybe the owners of those grape seeds are coming back soon, and you just stole it from them. Amalei yush ba'alim havi. I could tell that they were hefker. The kotchubu chilfei. There's grass growing in already. They were already rotten. Nobody's coming back for that. Okay, he couldn't get him on that. Let's see if we could get him on something else. Chazid do have a manach tefillin. In those days, people wore tefillin all day long, and he wasn't wearing tefillin. Rami bar Dikuli. So why aren't you wearing tefillin? Omalei, my time Elohim achas tefillin. Omalei, choili ma'ayin hu, I have an intestinal disease, and it will cause me to take off my tefillin many times. I don't have to wear tefillin. Vom Rav Yehuda choili ma'ayin podim an tefillin. As my Rebbe Rav Yehuda says, you don't have to wear tefillin. Chazid do have a korah michute. Now what about your tzitzis? Omalei my time leslach chute. Why don't you have tzitzis? Omalei talish shulahi. This cloth, this clothing that I'm wearing is not even mine, it's somebody else's. Omer Rabbi Yehuda, we're turning the page, Daf Kuf Yud Omid Beis. Talish Shu'ula, Kol Shleishim Yom Tu Min HaTzitzis. Since it's a borrowed beged, and I don't have it for more than 30 days, I'm potter from putting on tzitzis. Says the Gemara, while he was there talking to Rav Chizda, explaining everything, they brought in some chutzpahdik person who wasn't mechaber his father and mother, and they were about to give him malchus. Kaftu, they tied him to a pole. Says Rashi, we must see this Rashi, it's an amazing Rashi. Kaftu ala amud la'al koisai, they tied him to a pole. Kedesanyo bamed v'mamurim da'abavim v'suloi. Where do we say that you only get 39 malchus and not more? B'mitzvahs loisasei. Shikvar nasas avera. Anytime the avera was done already, then there's no point in giving a person more than 39 malchus. He has to get a punishment, and that's it. You're not trying to accomplish anything more than a punishment. But if you have a mitzvah that's in front of him, that he's supposed to do and he doesn't want to do it, he has a sukkah and a lulav and he doesn't want to be mekayim the mitzvah, or like over here, you have a mitzvah to be mekayim aveim. What's the halacha? You hit him until he does the mitzvah, or until the person dies. There's no limit. There's no 39 malchus. Says, hold on, wait, don't hit him yet. The Sanya we learned, called mitzvah, any mitzvah that the Torah tells us what the sechar is, such as kibbud aveim, arichas yomim, in bezdin shalamatem uzar maleo. Bezdin down here cannot give malchus on it. Says Rashi, loy marim loy tekamenu zeh anshoish loy titel sechar zeh. Says Rashi, Moirdik, since the Torah says that the mitzvah, the sechar for the mitzvah is arichas yomim, so basically what the Torah is telling us is that if you don't do kibbud aveim, you're not going to get arichas yomim. That's your oynish. So you can't give him malchus because he already got his oynish of not getting arichas yomim. Omalei, so Rav Chizda tells Rabbi about the kula chazinulach the charif as to if I see that you're extremely smart, you're sharp. Omalei, he have his basrei the Rabbi Yehuda. If you were together with me in Rav Yehuda's place, in other words, where I belong, you'll see how sharp I am. There's a Chassam Sofer here that explains that Rav Yehuda was telling him, typically they say that a person becomes sharp when he leaves his Rebbe, so he's telling him, no, I'm going back, and that's why I'm actually even sharper, I'm going back, Ayin Sham. There's as a bonus for the shir that's not in not the usual shir, I'll give a bonus material. The Taisus asks, there's other mitzvah called tzedakah that the Torah says a mitzvah that you get a sechar. If you give tzedakah, you get a bracha. So there's matan schar b'tzida. So why does the Gemara say in Baba Basra that you can force? They forced people to give tzedakah. It's not something you can force because the Torah gives matan schar b'tzida. So Torah says two tirutzim over here. He says, number one, maybe they didn't force him physically with malchus. Maybe it was just they talked him into it, or maybe because mitzvah tzedakah also has a loisas attached to it as well. Loi sikpois v'loisa amis is yotcha. That's a loisas son. The loisas you get malchus. Toisus and Baba Basra says another teretz that it was a city that agreed that Bezdin should enforce it. That's the Toisus over there. The Ritva says that since the ani is suffering, so you're right, for the individual who is not giving the tzedakah, he doesn't get malchus because he has matan schar b'tzida, but we have to enforce it so that the poor person shouldn't suffer, and that's why we enforce it. And the Avdi Miluim says a very interesting teretz that the Matan Schar B'Tzida is the generosity a person shows when he gives tzedakah. It's not for the mitzvah tzedakah, it's for the generosity. And therefore, when you're forced to give tzedakah, you're not showing the generosity. For that, you don't get sechar. So in Mela, you do get malchus. It's a chap. Akoponim says the Gemara, Omar le'abai, nu sugi. Omar le'abai l'Rav Safra. Kisalkas l'hosam. When you go over there to Eretz Yisrael, boy mineu kavdo matun bei. What do you hold with liver? So we're talking about liver now. What's the halacha of liver? Can I cook liver or not? So he went and he saw Reb Zreika Amalei. I know shalkele l'Reb Ami v'achal. What's the problem? I cook it up for a long time and I serve it to Reb Ami and he eats it. It's not a problem. So now Abai tells him, what do you bring me a raya from Reb Ami that he eats liver? I was just discussing, of course, liver itself you're allowed to eat. That I had no shaylo. What if there's another piece of meat in the pot and the blood of the liver comes out? Does it ruin it for the other piece of meat? Says the Gemara, why didn't I have a problem with the liver itself? This is not because it says in the Mishnah, it says in Trumois, which is in Zraim, that a liver doesn't become asr itself because it's busy being poilet, it's spewing out the blood, and it cannot absorb blood. It cannot be berleya. So if you're telling me that Mishnah, then you know the end of the Mishnah. It's not hakaved oiseres ve'eino ne'eseres. It itself doesn't become asr, but it has the ability to asr other meats. So Mela, here's your answer. Yes, it could asr other meats. Why? Now we're holding Daf Kufir Aleph Amud Aleph. It's a record, 17 minutes. We did a whole daf. Maybe that Mishnah, when it says that other meats become asrs, because we're talking about a liver that's treif, and a liver that's treif has in it fats that are asr, where a liver that's kosher, its fats aren't asr. So the reason why the other pieces of meat in the pot become asr, not from the blood, but rather from the fat, and that's what the Mishnah says that it's asr. But I'm asking, Mishum Doma Mai, what about the blood that's in the liver? The blood that's in the liver, so when it's part of the liver, says Rashi, you have to see this Rashi, amazing Rashi. But the blood that comes out of the liver couldn't make other pieces of meat asr. Maybe perhaps it's kosher blood. A liver is considered a piece of blood, and when it's a liver, it's mutter. And as long as it's considered a liver, that blood is mutter. But once it separates from the liver and goes out of the liver, perhaps that blood could make other things asr. Have a wonderful day.